guys, welcome to another video. So today I'm actually in Wales, kind of north central Wales. I'm at a place called the Devil's Bridge, and the reason I'm here is because I actually saw someone on Instagram post this, and I thought, wow, I've got to come check it out. And today was the only day that I had enough time, because it's about a 2 hour 20-minute drive from my house to get to here. So yeah, this is in Wales. Now I'll say a bit about the location and stuff to begin with. So obviously I said it's like north central Wales, I think. Yeah. A few things. Car parking here is free, so there's 35 spots here for free. They've also got an overflow, which I think is at a caravan park just down the road, and there is a few other free car parking places around. But just be aware that they are very limited with space. There is a couple of, I think it says on their website, paid car parking. I'm not sure where that is. I'm not sure how far it is, how far you got to walk down to get there. Obviously today I've come on a very off-peak day, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so you go up there, there's two walks you can do. There's according to the website, it takes 15 minutes to do this first walk, which is like you get a close-up of the bridge, and I think it's a little garden area. The second walk, which is the one I'm going to be doing, is the kind of the waterfall walk, which is really, it says it's strenuous, and I've seen some of the steps. So yeah, it's really strenuous, which you'll see in the video. Which take about 45 minutes. Probably going to take me an hour with like recording and stuff. You do get a view of the bridge from there as well, but you get to see some absolutely beautiful waterfalls by the look of it. Now when I was driving up here, about 5 miles away, there was such like thick fog. I was thinking, oh my god, like this is just going to be rubbish videos, it's going to be a waste of time. Luckily, I just about 5 miles away come out of the fog, and it's absolutely perfect here, so I'm really happy about that. A bit of the backstory about the Devil's Bridge is that why it's called the Devil's Bridge, you might be asking, is because it's an old wives' tale, and I read this quickly off their website, so correct me if I'm wrong, but basically the story goes is the devil visited Wales. He was visiting Wales, and he come across this old woman, and this old woman somehow lost her cow, and it was on the other side of this gorge, a waterfall or whatever. She couldn't get to it. She explained this to this who she thought was just a strange man, and he said, oh, actually, thinking about it, I can build you a bridge, but I want something in return. So the old lady asked what he wanted in return, and he said, I want the first living thing that crosses that bridge, and that will be mine. So the woman, knowing she needs to get a cow back, reluctantly agreed, and the devil said, come back the next day and the bridge will be built. So the woman went home. She sat there with her old scruffy dog, wondering who this strange man was, and why should it be fair that she has to cross the bridge, but then this strange man will own her. So anyway, she goes back to the bridge with her old scruffy dog, and the devil says, the bridge is complete, but remember, the first living thing that crosses that bridge is mine. So the woman starts reluctantly walking across the bridge. She stops about halfway. She grabs a loaf of bread out of her pocket, and she lobs it to the other side of the bridge. Of course, the old scruffy dog goes running after it, and of course he's the first living thing that crosses that bridge. So the devil, absolutely furious, embarrassed, vowed never to return to Wales because of the embarrassment he felt as he had been outsmarted by this old fragile woman. And that's the story of how the Devil's Bridge got its name, or something like that. There's also something else very interesting about this bridge that I'll show you. There is an entry fee to go on this walk, so I'm not sure about the smaller walk, but I know this walk's £4 today, and I think that's an off-peak price. I think it does go slightly up in the school holidays, only slightly. I'm sure I saw something about an adult being £5.50, maybe in February half term. So it's £4 for off-peak days. They can be manned or unmanned. It depends. I think today it'll be unmanned, but you can come up anytime. It's like an automated gate. You just pay by card. You can pay cash as well if you've got the coins, but it does accept card as well, so don't worry about having cash for that. And yeah, you basically walk around. They have a little gift shop and ice cream shop there as well. I'm sure, again, it won't be open today, but I'm sure it's open on school holidays and stuff. I also drove past tea room. It's like literally about 500 yards up the road. So there's a tea room up there. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. Maybe that's the tea room they were talking about, but I don't think so, because I think I'm going that way and the tea rooms are that way, so I'll have to look at that. But of course, there's probably free parking there. They probably don't mind if you go in and buy something. It looks like they got 30 or so spots there, but you'd have to ask them about that. So yeah, let's just crack on with this. I'm really excited, actually. It's been nice to come out a little bit further today to do this. And as I've just noticed there, it's a maximum of 4 staying, no overnight parking, obviously. And actually, yeah, there you go. Overflow parking must be at those tea rooms. So yeah, that must be their tea rooms, which I don't think I'm heading that way, actually. I think I'm heading this way, so I will see if I'm going the right way or not. I was thinking, so here's down here, you just walk down this path on the car park, and you're right here, and the entrance is just there. I'll just walk down these steps. Oh, but yeah, apparently very strenuous. I can hear the waterfalls, actually. And yeah, there's another tea rooms here as well, actually. I'm just going to see if there's a toilet, actually. But yeah, see, you've got the punch bowl and 3 bridges, and then you've got the waterfall over there. And actually, that over there is the bridge, but I'll show you a better angle of that after. But as you can see, all unmanned, you can just pay on there. It's £2 for the punch bowl and the 3 walks, and it's £4 for the other side. There is actually no toilet, which I'm worried about, because I need a toilet, so I'm going to have to find somewhere to have the toilet first. And the other side is £4. So yeah, they sometimes man it, they sometimes don't, but yeah, it's £4 to get in onto these waterfalls. So just give me a sec. Oh, not as awkwardly as that though. I've just realised I'm very zoomed in, but I don't seem to be able to zoom out because I'm on the wrong setting. But yeah, as you can see already, pretty strenuous. But I'll sort my camera out and then we'll go from there. Straight away I can already see the bridge. So it's quite good, actually. So basically, sorry, something's talking there. As you can see, it goes over this massive gorge, and see, you can see there's actually 3 levels to this. So basically, the first level was built when it was just walking. So someone built this bridge for obviously just passing over, and then obviously horse and carriages come, so they built this next level, but again, it wasn't strong enough, so then they had to build a road on top. And if you're coming from a certain way, you will actually drive over that road. If you're coming from like Manchester way, I think you would come that way over the bridge, so you'd actually drive over that bridge. But yeah, they had to basically build it 3 times, so 1 for footpath, then they had to build it for horse and carriage to be stronger, and then it wasn't safe for road cars, so then they had to build another one. And that's basically the story. But it will say on here that, yeah, medieval times, possibly built by monks. That's quite interesting, actually. And then obviously repaired because they needed to be stronger, and then obviously then they had to make it stronger again for cars and stuff. As you can see, strengthened with steel. You know, the top bridge was built 1901, so that would be about when, would that be about when cars were coming around? I'm not sure. But that's what it says on their website anyway, that's the reason. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not sure I can get all 3 in, actually, interestingly enough. There you go, just about get all 3 in there. So hang on, let me try and change view. Yeah, so that is the Devil's Bridge. So that is the bridge that the devil apparently made, which obviously wasn't true. Well, it sounds a bit quite the opposite, monks. But yeah, you can see how much of a drop that is. You can see how the story might have come about, and how she couldn't have got a cow any other way, because this is just like straight canyon all the way through. So yeah, as you can see, a little bit for kids, and I'm sure they have more on in the half term. I think I saw on their website anyway, they have the tea rooms and everything open. You can bring dogs here, I think just got to keep them in the lead and obviously clean up the mess. What else was I going to say? I mean, you could just jump over the fence, but I wouldn't recommend that because obviously the £4 going towards maintaining this beautiful kind of walk, to be honest. Someone's going to maintain it. I can hear someone working right now at the bottom. So yeah, there was something else I was going to... I was about the dogs, so I already mentioned that. That's just me waffling. Sorry about the phone. I lost my footing for a sec. But yeah, I'll keep showing you some great views. And by the looks of it, hopefully at the end I can say, yeah, definitely come down, especially if you're on holiday in Wales. You might as well, especially if it's a bit of a cloudy day. Wow guys, wow. Wait till you see what I'm about to see. Absolutely stunning this is. I'm just going to get down this bit and then I'll show you. Let me just switch the camera around. Oh, or I could just fall on my ass apparently. Look at that over there. I'm not sure if that's going to come up too great at the moment. I hope all my videos haven't been coming up great, but wow, I could sit here for hours on end. Wow. And by the looks of it, from people down there, is that we'll get really close to that. That is unbelievable. I really hope that's coming up well in camera because that is absolutely stunning. I'm not sure how much you're going to hear me down there, but I'll try and take as much video as I can. I just don't know if I'll be able to talk, which I'm sure some of you won't mind, but I think, yeah, so you got this little, let me come out a bit. Got this little wooden shack here where you can just sit down and enjoy. So I think I will for a little bit. I hate it when people say Britain isn't a beautiful country. They're talking out their arse. They are absolutely talking out their arse. You can see the most beautiful sights in the world in this country. You really can. All you have to do is, if you live in this country, is just Google stuff or just follow pages and they will lead you to the most fascinating places. Like I found this place by just scrolling on Instagram. I didn't know this place existed and I'm glad I was scrolling through Instagram at that point because this is brilliant. I can't remember the name of the person that I saw, so sorry I can't give you a shout out or anything, but yeah, well, that's fascinating. The tree's kind of grown under the rail there. Surprised they haven't cut that, to be honest. But maybe some places don't like messing with any of the nature, to be honest. I'll just let it grow over and just kind of maintain the paths the best they can. But I would have thought that might ruin the maybe it won't, the metal fence at some point. But yeah, there's the original waterfalls we saw. Okay guys, when I was saying it was strenuous, oh, they weren't joking. They was not joking. So these steps are the steps I'm going to be going down, which means I've got to go back up those steps at some point, surely. I mean, the other side's not looking great the way up, but look at this going down. So yeah, I don't know if the steepness of that is coming off, but they are like 70 degrees. Wow, that might be a bit extreme, but yeah, they're steep. I'm just waiting for these poor people to get down with their dogs first, and then I'll make my way down. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, well, I don't think the top did it justice when I was zooming down, but I think the bottom definitely did it justice. This motor's got a cow lick in the air. They are steep. I would take them very slowly, and if it's raining, really, really slowly. Some of the steps I had to walk side on, but look at this at the bottom though, it's definitely worth it. And now we're going to be walking up alongside the waterfall. We are just about halfway through. We're about to cross the Iron Bridge, which is about the halfway mark, and I'll take some views from there, and hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. If not, I'll just put some music over this, I guess, I don't know. all I'm going to say is, wow. Just wow. Oh my god, guys, it just keeps getting better and better. Honestly, the more further up you get, the actual prettier it gets. I can't believe it. I have no idea if you can hear what I'm saying. It's getting very loud over here, so I'm starting to shout a bit. But look at that. Wow. That. Don't tell me there's nothing beautiful in this country, because there is. That is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I wish I knew about this place earlier. I really did. Can't believe I only found out about it the other day. Can't quite make it out there, but there's Devil's Bridge. That's why they give you that little spot, and that's probably why they have the extra thing. I think the other walk does have a much better view of it. I'm not going to do that today because I haven't got enough time in the day, and also I'm very skint at the moment, so I know it's only £2, but it's just going to be a view from the bridge, which we saw from the start anyway. Just a cleaner view. There we go, we're done. There's a little cabin to rest at just up here. There's a little free telescope actually back there, the little blue thing that you can use if you want. I'm not that bothered, but for the kids, though it would be really strenuous for the kids. I'm talking you're probably here for an hour and a half, 2 hours, because you have to take breaks if you take the kids. But yeah, there's a little hut up here. That's the end. But wow, what a magical place. I'll talk to you in the car about it more. I'm gonna wait to the car, but there's a few things I wanted to mention up here actually. Obviously down there's just a walk. What view. I can't believe I walked all that. I'm barely out of breath, which shocks me, because when I did the Wild Forest one I was completely out of breath, but that one's a lot more strenuous than walking down in a flat circle. But yeah, there's a hotel here, and there's a restaurant. It's not open at the moment. They're doing renovations on it by the looks of it. I wonder if the hotel, I doubt it, but I wonder if the hotel does own that down there. I'm not sure. There's a lorry coming, so I can't cross the road just yet. There's one more thing I wanted to show you. Wait for this lorry to go past, and then we'll cross the road. I don't know what this is called. Anybody can tell me what that's, oh my god, McCarley, what that is, then let me know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to walk out in the middle of the road. There's no one coming, but must be an old telephone box or something. But yeah, oh my god, I'm glad I come. It was a long journey, but I'm glad I came. And you do walk across the Devil's Bridge right at the end here. So yeah, I'm glad I came actually. Yeah, really check it out. If you're, especially if you don't travel a long way, don't bother. But if you're on holiday in Wales and you've got a bit of a cloudy day, you know, not foggy, because the fog obviously at the bottom would just cover it. That's why I was worried when I was coming up here. But yeah, if it's a cloudy day and it's not warm enough for the beach or whatever, you could come. Oh my god, right, you get a good view of this up here, so I'm glad I started. I don't know if that's coming off on camera. It is coming off on camera. Let me change the view. There you go. So yeah, that's the other walk, which I'm not going to do, which takes you down there and gives you a really good view of the bridge. And also there's a little, that's where the waterfalls, you know, the waterfalls coming down from there, going through this hole, and then shooting out the other way. So yeah, you get some good views down there. £2 for that one. Don't know what it is on peak, but yeah, I'm sure that one goes up in peak time. It's £4 on off peak, definitely. So yeah, that was the Devil's Bridge. Awesome little walk, to be honest. Yeah, if you like the video, like and subscribe. If you don't, whatever. Yeah, I might have to make a short on this as well, actually, because it's just it blew my mind that I didn't know about this place. Absolutely blown my mind. So yeah, I'm just walking back up to the car park, and I'm hoping that the audio is okay, because it got loud in some parts. I'm still talking loud now because of the waterfalls. So yeah, hopefully it come out okay. But I'll see you on the next one.